What's up, Internet? It's Kayla, and I'm wearing glasses today because I have bad eyesight. I'm also dealing with really inconsistent lighting. One window is sunny, and the other one it's very cloudy and looks like it's gonna storm. So hopefully it doesn't storm. So today I'm going to talk about the perks of being nosy. I just like listening to, I like listening to people. And so I'm really good at being nosy and eavesdropping. That sounds really mean. I especially love when people argue. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, Not like personal family members, when they argue, I'm not a fan of that. But when I hear people fighting outside, it's great. It makes me really happy. And I just like listening to drama. Like it feeds my soul. My apartment is in the best position to listen to people outside arguing because I'm right at the front and I'm kind of like down low. Like, I don't want to say I'm underground, but I'm partially, like, I'm in a hill. Like, I'll show you. Like, this window here, excuse like all the spider webs and stuff and bugs. But see, like, I'm kind of like halfway in a hill. And like, this is the front of the building. And then right over here is like the entrance to the building. So I'm kind of halfway underground because the window is there. This is my living room window. And then I got like my ceiling right there. So yeah. So I'm in a really good position where if I like just lift up one of my blinds, I can just kind of look outside and see, what's going on. So a couple months after I moved in, there were these people, and I don't know where they lived in my building, but they were in my building. And I hear arguing, and I'm just laying in bed watching Netflix, just chilling out. And I hear this arguing, and I'm like, ooh, someone's spilling tea. Time for me to figure what's up. And so I get up out of bed, and I go over to the first window that I showed you, which is my bedroom window. And I just kind of lift one blind up, and I peek outside. And there's a guy standing by the entrance to the apartment, there's a girl standing by a car, and there's another guy holding two beverages in his hand. And the guy by the entrance and the guy holding the beverages are arguing very heavily. And I don't know exactly why they were arguing, but from what I gathered with my spying intel from what I gathered, the girl was supposedly cheating on the guy. I don't know. I can't assume. And these people had to be in their late 30s, early 40s. And the guy by the door guy number one just kept antagonizing. Come on, get out of here. I don't need you. Go. Go away. Go. She's just huffing and she's just going on and on and on. Just like, she is genuinely distressed. Meanwhile, the guy with the two beverages is just standing by his car. Well, you ain't got no compassion. You ain't got no compassion. You ain't got no compassion. And I'm just standing by my window just going like, ooh, this is getting good. And they're arguing for like God knows how long, but I'm just standing by my window wishing I had popcorn so I can watch all of this unfold. And when the guy number two is accusing guy number one of having no compassion, guy number one's response was, yeah, I ain't got no compassion for no goddamn alcoholics. And I'm just like, oh, slay, go. And they just keep fighting on and on and on, and I'm waiting for it to get physical because that stuff, again, feeds my soul. Other people's drama feeds my soul. And it doesn't get physical. They just keep arguing. And guy number one accuses the girl of, having sexual relations with guy number two. And she's like emerges from the side of the car, like putting her stuff away or whatever. So I'm gathering that she's leaving this man. I'm gathering that she's leaving guy number one. And she just goes, I never did that with him. I never did that. I never did that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. OMG. And I'm just watching this entire like little drama unfold. And it was the highlight of my month, basically. I went around telling my coworkers that story. I told my mom that story. I told my brothers that story. I told my friends that story. I told everyone that I knew the story of guy number one, guy number two, and the chick. And it just fueled me for a good old month. It also didn't help that I didn't have any cable. And another thing that I guess that had happened was me and some old roommates, we were just kind of hanging out in our living room, and I hear yelling. So me, being the nosy person I am, peeks out the living room window, and I see this woman, and I'm going to assume her mother, arguing. And the woman was just yelling, and she looked like she was about to fight. Like, you know how in high school, I don't know what high schools everyone else went to, but mine was fairly quiet, but like once a year at least there was a fight. And not just a fight, but a girl fight. There was at least one girl fight and one guy fight. And the girl fights, you can always tell they're about to happen because the girls are just like getting really pumped up. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's fight. Ah! And so basically that's what this woman was doing to her mother. And I'm waiting for her to like hit her. And that sounds really mean, but I'm just waiting for it. And I'm just like, huh, no, that didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. But I was just waiting for it all to go down. And ultimately, like, the cops had to get called. And I'm just standing there watching just it all unfold. And I'm just like, oh. And I don't know why I'm so nosy. And I am. And I'm generally a very quiet person. I don't have a lot of friends. Like in high school, I have a small group of friends. And people just assumed that I'm a quiet person. When in reality, I'm just not outgoing around like people that I'm not close friends with. So people just assume that I'm quiet, when in reality, I'm not. I'm a very outgoing person among friends. But the perks of being quiet is that you overhear everything that's going on around you. And also, like, as a customer service worker, like as a cashier, I'm paying attention and I am genuinely listening to people when they're like arguing on the phone or they're fighting. Like, I am genuinely listening to you telling Janine that Carl cheated on you while you're on. I mean, I don't think someone has that conversation while they're at the supermarket. But I digress. Like, if I hear people yelling and I'm listening to music, I turn my music down. And I don't know the real message of this video. Basically, I'm just confessing to being a nosy person. It is kind of like a negative trait about me. I mean, you can spin it and like be like, oh yeah, she's a very positive, like she listens when people have things to say. And I do. I listen when people have problems and I give them the best advice that I can. But I also listen when people aren't talking to me. I don't know, but when I was like trying to think of ideas for this week, basically this is what came into my head. Those two stories about my neighbors. I don't think you're going to be able to hear other stories like that. They were very short and I didn't say everything that happened in the stories, but you're not going to hear stories like that. Go ahead and hit thumbs up and like if you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and comment down below any slight little negative traits that you have, such as my eavesdropping, which can also be spun into I enjoy listening to other people. And go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I put out new videos every Saturday or every other Saturday. I still haven't really figured out my own schedule. So until next Saturday or the Saturday after, bye! I feel like I have less to say than I actually thought I had to say. I really need to start writing everything down that I want to say during the week.